to the Vent. I am Arvis Lawson, the host of The Vent, a place where we let it all out. Today I have a special guest, my main man, huge community leader, entrepreneur, coach, father figure, brother. I'm just all around complete individual. Coach Gary Sanchez. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good. I can't complain.
I know that you better not.
I'm not. I'm never going to complain. Nobody going to listen to me anyway.
Oh, they listen to you. They hear you loud and clear, brother. They hear you loud and clear. We're going to touch on a few of those things as well.
All right.
So, Gary, man, I'm just honored to have you as my first guest because, number one, you keep it real. People try to define what real is. Real is just being true to yourself. I've never seen you back down from a fight. I've never seen you back down from anything. I mean, the way that you attack things are super amazing. Gary, I want to touch on some of the things that you've done. I want to know about, number one, your coaching background. Number two, I want to touch on extreme fitness. And then we'll segue into something else. So please allow me to just, let the people know who you are.
Well, from the coaching standpoint, before, now I'm obviously at True Prep Academy now, but before that I was at Hialeah, and then before that I was at Miramar, and then before that I was at Hialeah again. Yeah. So I haven't been really bouncing around. I've been in just 3 schools, from coordinator to head coach to now again being a head coach.
Right.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's fun. Get to have a good relationship with the kids and be with them a lot and kind of see what their goals are. So that's a big deal for me. Some of these guys don't get it. The younger kids don't. And then once they're in the process for a year or two, they figure it out.
Yeah.
They understand where I come from. I'm hard.
Yeah.
I'm hard. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Most of the kids, if they had to describe me, they'll call me petty. They'll call me petty. I'm a stickler on some things, man. I want things to be done right.
You also have a background in the gym world, right? Tell us a little bit about that. How'd you get started with Extreme Fitness Miami?
Well, I tell you, my mom was a professional bodybuilder for 31 years.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I grew up in this industry. So even as a kid, I kind of just always been into fitness. So that was a big deal. I just didn't like the gym setting, like that membership style.
Yeah.
I wanted to do more of the training stuff.
Okay.
So just one day, I was working for another company, and I just said, I'm going to do it on my own.
Yeah.
And it kind of worked out. Then I came up with the concept of just doing a lot of boot camps, training.
When that started?
2004.
Okay.
2004, I started doing the boot camps. And then one day I was like, all right, well, I want to hire like trainers, but I want to make it where they're their own business.
Nice.
I want them to become their own entrepreneurs, just be their own. So what I do is I rent out the spot to them.
Okay.
They have full access to the gym 24/7, Monday through Sunday.
Yeah, I see that, man. The things that you're doing, not only are you your own entrepreneur, you created other entrepreneurs. I think one of your biggest partners is Saji Fitness. Man.
Yes.
Give us a little bit background on Saji because because you're in the school system, I know like people feel like as if though a coach is just a coach, you're just coaching, but more so it's bigger for you. Can you touch on that a little bit?
So perfect person is Saji. She was quiet, man.
Right.
Like what we see now, that wasn't her before. Like
okay.
People don't realize that. Like she was quiet. She was in a shell.
Yeah.
And she graduated from Florida State. She had her degree. She actually had the dream job that she thought she wanted, and she kind of stepped away from it.
Which was what?
She worked. I think she worked for the state attorney's office.
That's what I thought.
That's what she was doing.
And then she also was a realtor, right?
She's still a realtor.
Okay.
She still does her thing. So it was just funny because my wife kept bothering her like, "You should be a trainer. You're here all day." And one day, the wife made a flyer for her and was like, "Post it.
Yeah.
See how it goes."
Yeah.
look where it's at. Look where it's at.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So it was crazy. She does a great job. You know, she understands the business part of it, but also the caring part of it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of trainers out here, you know, and I'm not knocking any of them, but I always say there's two kind of trainers. There's the trainer that generates or the trainer that actually just collects.
Yeah.
The one that collects is usually the trainer that's not that good because it doesn't care about you. But the trainer that generates knows that results is important.
Okay.
So that's a big deal.
I think when I come to extreme fitness all the time, the thing that I love the most is the multicultural, that the culture, you know what I mean? The culture that you've created is amazing. Coming in, walking in, and seeing white, black, Spanish, everybody just working together. So that's kind of results. It reflects you. You know what I mean? Like for you, it's no gray area. It's cut and dry. It's black and white with you, and that's important. Tell me how that came to be. Like, what was that mindset? Because I know growing up in Hialeah, times have changed, but it was difficult. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Well, coming from a background where, you know, we're a minority. So for me, it was a big deal. Like, my kids still to this day don't know the difference between black, white, Hispanic. They think everybody's their tío or their tía.
Yeah.
It's in English, that's aunt and uncle.
Right.
They don't know the difference.
Yeah.
And I feel that's our problem now. Like, I think we focus so much on just worrying about a color. And that's a problem. You know, that's a problem for all our kids because it also get the kid that's calling people by color in trouble. So I just try to stay away from that. Even from the football standpoint, I'm like, man, we don't do that. We don't talk about color. Yeah. The only color that we don't talk about is the one on our back, on our jersey. That's it. Like everything else doesn't matter. So it was it's uncomfortable at times, you know, being in certain situations where, you know, your color of your skin was a problem. Yeah. And I just won't accept it. Yeah. So a lot of my reasons of doing certain things is because of that. It is about a race. Yeah. It is about color and about minorities not being, you know, not getting the fair shot. Yeah. So I felt like, man, if I'm in a situation like that, I'm gonna walk away. Yeah. Because
I know you. The thing that I noticed the most, I remember when we first met. When I came out to Hialeah, I didn't know you from a can of dust paint. I knew the kids. The kids were calling and they was like, "Hey, can you come out here? I see you going around to all the schools. You gonna come out to Hialeah?" And it was a Saturday. And I usually, at the time, I wasn't doing any things on Saturdays, but I'm like, you know what? I'm coming. And again, I had no idea who you were. I didn't talk to you because I didn't care because I was coming to see those kids, and I knew you was gonna be receptive to it. Anybody that's genuine at heart will be receptive to somebody coming in trying to help their kids. And I just remember walking in and the environment was it was lit. Music was playing all. I'm like, what the hell going on, man? I didn't even know who the coach was. And I remember you sitting in a chair and I came in, made the love, and he like, what's up, man? I'm like, damn, you came at me like you knew me. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, what was that like? You know, what was that about? Like, how did you get all these young adolescents, because they were young. We talking G7, we talking British Mitchell, all these guys. Jay, like you had a lot of kids that were talented to come to Hialeah, but Hialeah was not a staple in the community whatsoever. It was Chicos. Yep, you're right. You're right. You're right. I tell you, the most important thing for me was I wanted to talk to the parents. Mm-hmm. I really didn't talk to the kids that much. I just told them, hey man, where you going? Oh, I don't know yet. I said, where your mama at? Or where your dad? Who's in charge of you? I want to speak to who's ever in charge. Who makes the decisions? And man, I did house calls, man. I was sitting down with parents. Hey, we're going to talk. I'm going to tell you who I am as a man and what my expectations are for you as a parent and for your child as a student athlete. And I always tell them, like, football is great. If I'm recruiting you, it's because you already know that you're a good football player. Right. But that's not what I want. Right. I want equally as good as what you are on the field. I want you to do that in the classroom. Yeah.
So once I get the parent on board, the kid is easy because the parent will have my back.
Yeah.
So that was simple. That's the easy part, And just getting those guys, some of those guys, everybody thought I was far fetched. I'm like, man, you never gonna get that kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, all right, we'll see.
Yeah.
And I end up getting all the kids we wanted.
And I think it came just because of that father figure nature, that father figure intuition that you pushed and you put inside of them. Like, I see you interact with the kids, man. They love you, and they nothing but great stories. They love your wife. We were talking to C4, and he was talking about how you guys cook for the kids. I'm like, that's important.
Yep.
Because a lot of our kids they hungry, and they hungry for love. They hungry for attention. Like why are you and your wife the way that you guys are?
So personally, I don't come from a background like that. It was, my dad and my mom always worked, so they were never around. So, I felt like with my own kids, it was like, okay, I want to do something different.
Yeah.
And then bringing on these kids, which they're mine as well. I tell parents all the time, he's your child, but he's my kid. Exactly. And I'm always going to take care of him. But it's just showing them other stuff. Like, I bring them to the house, or I show them like a family environment, because some of them don't even have that.
Absolutely.
Like, I sit down at the dinner table, and they're like, we sitting at the table? I'm like, yeah. We're going to eat at the table. They're like, for real? Like, we in trouble? I'm like, no, man, we going to all eat at this dinner table together as a family. And I think those are just like building like, character, morals, familyship. Yeah. So when they become young men, because they're kids now, my job is to make them a young man, or give them the tools to be a young man. So I tell them all the time, I'm like, man, this is how you should be doing with your family. We'll talk at the dinner table the whole time. We have the craziest conversations, and that's what they don't understand. And when they get older, they'll notice it. They're like, "Man, Coach used to always talk to me when we were at the dinner table about my day, or how was school, how's my grades, how's home." So for me, it was like, I want to keep doing this.
Yeah,
and that's the whole beautiful part about all this.
So you had a departure from Hialeah. Number one, you put Hialeah on the map. You know what I mean, by allowing cats like myself, Footballville, come and highlight these kids. Let's talk about that. Like, what that situation was like having to build something and then walk away from it.
Talk about the hot seat.
Yeah.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. Listen, Hialeah is where I graduated from. It's my alma mater. I'm always going to respect, the school itself. I think there was a fallout after the first year. We went 9-1. I feel like it just from a educational standpoint, from an administration standpoint, I felt like there wasn't a lot of help. And maybe because, and I'm not defending them and I'm not bashing them, but I am saying that I don't think they were ready for what we brought to the table.
Yeah.
I don't think they were ready for that kind of kid, the inner city kid. I don't think they were ready for any of those things. Yeah. I don't even think they thought that we were going to be a winning program. Yeah. They just thought probably it was just going to be another coach came in here, only cares about football, and that's it. Right. I don't think they saw the other part of it, like how much work behind the scenes happened. Yeah. From making sure they get grades, how they what their needs are, tutoring. Some of them were struggling in certain subjects. I think that was what I don't think the school was ready for. Yeah. Just because it happened so fast, even for us, right, as coaches. My coaching staff did a great job developing guys and putting them together, but it was just hard. Okay. Because we just didn't have that backing from our administration that said, hey man, hey, can you guys slow it down a little bit, or can we put a plan together and kind of have it all? I think that never happened.
So when you left, you left on fire. You left with a bang, my brother.
I did.
I remember. I'm like, I don't even really know this dude like this, and I was tagged in something. And immediately I had to go check it out because it came from you, and we had started to build a bond of relationship through the kids, and then being at the games or what have you. So the tag triggered. I'm like, let me go see what Coach G talking about. I won't say you ran on the rant at all, you poured your heart out because a lot of things were being misplaced.
Correct.
Let's talk about that for a second. Like, why pour your heart out?
Well, simple. It was all cool on these trash talks that everybody was talking about, particular, football and I wasn't a good coach, or man, it's gonna fold, or that Chico this, that Chico that, he trash, he garbage, yada yada yada. That's cool. Till they went personal.
Okay.
They start talking about the gym. That's my livelihood.
Right.
And what people don't realize is that I have 17 other trainers that are entrepreneurs that provide for their families out of this place. So not only are you just bashing me, but you're bashing them.
Right.
And you're messing with their livelihood. So
right.
I had a problem with that. And a lot of guys, they're speculating, they're making their assumptions like, oh man, you were throwing guys under the bus. Well, you messed with my livelihood. I never messed with anybody's livelihood.
Absolutely.
So I had a problem with that.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, you're not gonna talk about extreme fitness. You're not gonna post anything about my business, because that's not something that we want to do.
Yeah.
That this is personal.
Yeah.
This is football.
I think a lot of times people see things as like a personal, like a vendetta. It might say, oh, he left Hialeah, so nah, you're defending your honor. You're defending the honor of those that can't defend themselves, and that's honorable. You know what I mean? Because you have to take care of those that take care of you. Because if you don't, who will? That's like in that moment when you was pouring your heart out. I can feel the emotions. You know what I mean? I can feel the emotions, because people don't understand that what goes behind a lot of things. They don't know about, you. I didn't even know about your son, like, because he's so jolly, he's so loving. That's my guy, man. That's my nephew. To the love that he shares is unconditional, but the whole time he was dealing with a situation.
Yeah. I'll tell you how the last 2 seasons at Hialeah were.
Okay.
Every Friday, my son's doing chemo treatment.
Yeah.
And then we got to prepare for a game. He never missed a game after chemo treatment. Never. He was always at the game.
Yeah.
That was his thing. Like, we need to finish fast this treatment because we need to go to the game. And I'm like,
it's a kid.
How
old was he at the time?
He was like 4. He was 4.
4 years old doing chemo.
And he's like, this is what I want to go to the game, Daddy. Papa, I want to go to the game. And I'm like, all right, you're going to go to the game, but we got to get this done. So we're talking about being up at 6 in the morning, and about 7:30, we're starting the whole treatment for about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
And then come to the school, prepare a pregame meal, prepare, locker room, prepare the uniforms, jerseys. Like, it was stressful.
Yeah. What was that like as a parent, bro? Like, how do you juggle that? Like I'm a parent to these kids, but my kid is suffering as well. Like, how you juggle that?
It was devastating.
Yeah.
It set a toll on me and my wife. I was lost, man. I went through a lot.
Yeah.
I struggled. He's my firstborn. Everybody always says, "Oh, you love one more than another." I don't love my kids differently. I love them differently.
Yeah, because they're different.
Yeah, because they're different. It's just his energy taught me not to give up. And that freshman crew, that first year class at Hialeah, and the second year, they the ones that held me up.
Yeah.
I love them kids, man. I love them. I'm always be in debt to them. I'm always owe them.
Yeah.
Including my coaching staff.
Yeah.
There's rumors out there that we beefing and we got issues, we got problems. We got no problems, man. Them guys went off and they're at other schools, and I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're doing their thing. I'm glad I was a part of their growth as well, because I'm proud that they were a part of my growth.
Yeah.
So people think that I got problems with them. I mean, I ain't got no problems with them guys. Some of them guys, I was their coach.
Right.
And some of them I played with.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, man, I ain't got no problems with them. But with my son, it was a lot of support.
Yeah.
From the team, coaches, like from that family ship, there was a lot of support. So I value them forever, man. I'm never going to forget them.
Yeah.
If there was a favorite team, those 2 teams are my favorite teams all the time, because I went through so much with them. So it's hard, man. It was hard. To see your son struggling, He got IVs everywhere in his head, his hands, his arms, and you're like, damn, man. As a parent, it drove me crazy, man. I was crying every day, depressed, going through it, man. It was just.
But yeah, somehow you still managed to get up every day, go to work at the school, work at a screen, work with the kids. How? Like how? How does a person overcome so much and give so much while going through so much?
And a man upstairs gave me that opportunity. Told me not to take anything for granted because it can be easily taken away. Man, I've had, that moments that I'm like, man, do I give up? Like, do I lay down? And then I see my son, he ain't giving up. He ain't laying down. He's my biggest inspiration. He's my hero. I tell everybody. And he's little. People like, man, a hero got to be adult. Oh, man, it don't have to be an adult. My son's my hero, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And my wife's my backbone. Man.
Yeah.
Like she's a football wife.
Right. I know that. That's my baby.
All the things
Hi,
that
sissy.
all the things that were happening during football, even with our social media, the wife took care of that.
Yeah.
Same as I'm coaching, she's out there. We're going through the same thing, and we're using football and these kids as our outlet, just to kind of let go. Like we can't give up. Like we can't give up on the big vision, on the big goal. It's helping as many kids as we can as we go. Yeah. And that was our goal, and that's still our goal. Yeah. That's where we're at now in our life. Yeah. We even with the gym, we got so many kids that come in and out, man. I love that they come in and out. Just it is a safe haven.
And I want to touch on that. You have something at the gym that I think is the dopest thing ever. You got everybody likes to get memorabilia. On your wall, you have jerseys. Tell them about the jerseys. What's that all about?
Every kid asks me, Coach, can I get my jersey up there? Yeah, when you get your college degree. It's the only way I put a jersey up there. There's no other way. You
got kids that actually went back to school.
Yeah.
And got their degree.
Just to put it up there.
Come on now.
That is crazy to me. But I tell them, and I got so many jerseys in my closet. It's ridiculous. Yeah. But they won't go up till they get their degree. Yeah. I tell them all the time, man, I ain't putting your jersey up. Man, Coach, I did this, I did that. I don't care what you did. Yeah. You didn't get that degree, put it up there. After football or after any sport you do, what you gonna do next? Yeah. What's in the plans? I don't know yet. Then I'm not putting it up there. That's simple.
I think that's giving them something to strive for. You giving them a goal to reach, and you have quite a few up there. I mean, like Tracy Howard and all those guys, and that's important. Like you're not just giving just accolades. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, he was on the team. Give him that.
Yeah, and I'm not putting it up there just to build clientele either.
No, exactly.
I'm not doing that.
It's not because it's not about that.
No, it's never gonna be about that.
And that's dope. So like your wife, she does training as well, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So what's that like, man? Because you guys are together all the time, putting it all together, and we have another bundle of joy, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's touch on that, man.
My baby L, man, that's my baby.
Yeah.
So listen, I always wanted girls. Being coaching boys so much, I've always wanted girls. I didn't want boys.
Yeah.
Ended up getting 2 boys, and now I'm getting my girl. I got my girl. So it's different, man. Girls they make you soft, man. They make you soft, man. I'm telling you, they're different. Nah, man.
You talking about emotional coach Gary, the one who gonna fight for you? They gonna make you soft? That's what you telling me?
Baby soft, man. Baby soft, man. She's just different, man. She's a good baby.
Yeah.
Leave it to my wife. She probably don't sleep, but I do. I sleep all the time. I sleep through anything, man. I sleep through anything. Sorry, baby. gotta be honest on this show.
Yeah, for real. Let it all out, brother. Let's vent.
But from the wife, man, listen, from a financial standpoint, from the gym, from the business, from football, any move I've made, she's had my back.
Right.
And like let's be real, and some high school coaches are gonna agree on this. Most of their problems at home is because of this football stuff with their wives. Yeah, they be in the hot seat, because you spend a lot of hours, man. Like you spend so many hours, worrying about other people's kids that sometimes you get caught up with not paying attention to yours or your own family, and that's true.
Yeah.
So my biggest advice is to them guys is involve your wives, involve your family. because it makes it so much easier. I don't have those issues. I've never had. My wife supports me 24/7.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what. Like, I consult with her with everything.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, now, from the business, now from Extreme Fitness, the gym, she's the boss lady.
Mm-hmm.
She's the boss lady. I'm not going to even hide it. But the gym suffered a little bit when I was gone.
Yeah, let's touch on that. So what was happening there?
Man, I lost crazy money.
Yeah, because you got son, chemo, working on getting a state championship, which is creating great young men. School not backing you. Gym, you're not there as much as you used to be. Things aren't as fruitful. Why not give up? Why not give up?
Can't, man. I put so much time into this gym and into this lifestyle, because it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I put so much time. I couldn't just give up.
Yeah.
And I had other trainers in there that's how they provide for their families. I couldn't give up on them.
Right.
I had to do the hardest thing, I think, was to step away and really consider not coming back to coaching.
Right.
It was devastating.
Yeah.
And the only one that kind of understood, only two people that really kind of understood it was Saji and the wife, Michelle. Like, they both were like, you really want to do this? Like, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Like, they were shocked. I was like, I have to.
Right.
I have to do it. I could still help kids through here.
Yeah.
Like, I could still, I've done it for so long, I could still do that. So I almost really wanted to give it up.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, just a build.
I remember I didn't even know I remember I reached out to you and I was trying to figure out where you were coaching at.
Yeah.
And we had this long conversation. You was elaborating, just touching on things like, man, I almost lost everything. So I have to focus on this. And I was like, man, the game needs you, because the love that you give to these kids outside of winning, X's and O's, like the way that you take care of the kids, you know what I mean? That's important. And then you told me, and I remember like it was yesterday. You was like, I'll come back to coaching only if the situation is right. So let's segue into that. Is the situation right now?
It's perfect.
What's perfect? What's perfect? Tell me what's perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what's perfect for me.
Okay.
When I sat down at True Prep,
True Prep Academy, Coach Mario Smith.
Yes, great man, got good morals, good values, hell of a character builder.
Yeah.
He's a likable dude.
Lovable dude. Oh my God.
Yeah, just so easy to get along with. Talk to him. He a straight shooter too. So that was a big deal for me, because I'm a straight shooter, So I'm like, man, I like that. I love it. And then when I met the administration, Mr. and Mrs. Muhammad, our deans of our school, I loved it. They're all about education, about helping the kids and putting them in the right place. Dual enrollment. We got to get on them. We got to be disciplined. We got to have structure for them. We got to build it for them.
Yeah.
That was a big deal for me. And people don't realize, maybe a year ago, I sat down for about 8 hours at their school, just hanging out, just watching.
Watching how the kids move around.
And I came unannounced.
Yeah.
I didn't tell them I was coming, so they don't give me the show.
Yeah.
I came unannounced.
Right.
And they didn't even flinch. It was legit.
Yeah.
Actual real teaching, really caring about these kids and putting them in the right position. Because, the stigma is that, True Prep Academy is a homeschool or an alternative school.
That's
it's
crazy.
not. It's a real school with certified teachers, classrooms, and an administration that actually is putting things together.
Yeah, man, Mario Smith's vision for that program is so big. Like, I don't even think he scratched the surface of what he's done.
Nowhere near it.
Because the things that he's done, taking the kids to IBM, before the pandemic, like giving them something that they can literally use later on in life. Those things are important, far more important than just X's and O's, and then the weight training program, things of that nature that he had going on, that he has going on, and just having the dream of having a team, and now you guys have a team, man. You are now the head coach of that team.
Yep.
Like, what's that like, man?
It's an honor, man. I'm glad that he even considered me. To be honest with you, we've talked about it in the past, but talk is talk,
Right.
But when I made that comment to him, and I told him the same thing I told you, if the opportunity and the actual situation was right,
Yeah.
it would have me. And when I interviewed for the job, because I interviewed, and they had other people that interviewed as well. I interviewed, and my whole thing it wasn't about football.
Right.
I had already did the Dade versus Broward game.
Right,
for him.
right.
He took on last minute,
Yeah.
which was crazy to me. He did it, and obviously he did it for the kids. He didn't even make money.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even charge.
Yeah.
Like, he took it on himself, gave the kids the uniforms.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you're crazy, man. but then I'm looking at him like, yeah. My wife's looking at me like, yeah, he crazy just like you. You guys just do it for the kids. And I'm like, yeah. And so that kind of like keyed me on to him. I'm like, okay, let me see how this goes.
Yeah.
And just from that aspect, he just did an amazing job. And the people that he surrounds himself with, man, now I know why he's on his way to being extremely successful, because he's successful as a man.
Right.
And as a father, he's also successful. And as a coach, he was too. And a lot of guys don't know that he was a trainer.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, because he trained me. I knew. People don't know, but I know.
The younger community don't know. The young guys.
He used to kill me. Like, I went to Central when he was coaching at Pace at the time.
Yep.
We used to go over there, and his guys was in tip-top shape. So it was like, yo, I want that. Like, I need that right there. I need that type of grind. I need that type of motivation. And he was trying to kill us, man. He was insane.
He's still the same.
like I thought he was. I was like, yo, what? Y'all do this every day? Like, nah, I'm straight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I come every other day. I'm not coming every day. Like, that sand pit over there and everything. And man. And he was an extremely talented individual in sports. Probably one of the hardest hitting safeties you've ever seen.
People don't realize that, man. He has so much football background, and it's funny because in the middle of our interview, he was like, I was gonna ask him if he wanted to coach with us, because that'd be stupid if I don't.
Yeah.
But he was like, hey man, what do you think? Is there some room for me? I said, listen, man, don't even start with me, because I was gonna offer you a job. I wasn't even gonna offer you a job. I was making the assumption that you was gonna be a part of this.
Yeah.
So I love his knowledge. He knows the game.
Yes, he does.
And the fact that he's good with people.
Yeah.
He's a people's person.
I think like the reflection is mimicking one's greatness. Like I could come inside and scream and get ideas, not basically like workouts, but just on ideas on how to treat people, on how to deal with people, and that's important. Like if you surround yourself by greatness, then you could be greater than what you were yesterday and the day before that. It's never to the point where you can't learn.
No. If you're not learning, then something happened.
Yeah.
You shutting down. Something going on in your heart, in your mind, because we should always be learning something.
Yeah.
And even and people are like, oh man, you should learn from the stupidest guy. I'm like, man, ain't no such thing as a stupid guy.
No such thing.
There's no such thing. It's you just learn from a guy that might not know much as you, but there's something that he does know about. Or he might teach you not to do certain things that he did.
Come on, man.
You're like, okay, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
That was
How'd you get there?
Yeah. Like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's a process of learning.
Yeah.
People don't realize that is a process of learning.
Yeah.
So
what's our next move? What's next for Coach Gary? Mr. Sanchez himself.
Like what? Like what we talking
As
about?
far as like because now we got the true prep job, right?
Okay.
That's important. Let's talk about some of the things that number one, your goals for true prep, not only your goals from true prep, but also your goals for extreme fitness, because you guys are blowing up as well.
Yeah. Goals for true prep is every kid that comes in, I want him to go to college.
Gotcha.
And I know it's cliche. I should be talking about football and winning state championships. That's gonna come. I want to say I've never been a guy that likes losing or been on losing programs. I'm more focused now on getting kids kind of up to speed with their academics.
Yeah.
And I think when a kid is structured and disciplined in the classroom, he's gonna be structured and disciplined on the field.
Yeah.
That's easy.
I think one of the things that's your gift is that you tell the truth. And we're going to come back to the goals of extreme and everything. But I wanted something just triggered me again that always bothered me is the offer thing. Like I see offers off like kids running to schools because coaches are getting them offers, but what is an offer?
If it's not committable, it's not legit. Plain and simple.
What do you mean? People don't know what that means. Like, help our parents out right now.
All right, it's simple. Let's say your son gets an offer.
Okay.
And he has his, first of all, if he doesn't have a test score or he doesn't have the GPA, then that offer means nothing. I call, back then when we were in school, those were called interest.
Interest letters.
Interest letters.
I remember those.
I think interest letters and offers are the same thing now, which is completely off.
Blurred lines, right?
Correct. It don't make no sense. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. I've been coaching for 17 years. I never knew a high school coach can get a kid an offer. I'm a head football coach. Whoever does, let me know. Like I want to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
Like get guys offers. I want to know how to do that. You know, my job and I'm thinking I'm going to speak for other guys that do the same thing or feel the same way I feel. I think putting them in front of, you know, schools, colleges, coaches, I think that's how a kid can get an offer.
Yeah.
And when a kid gets an offer with me in that Hialeah, those kids will tell you, like, hey, these are the 3 things that are this offer that you have. It's under these 3 conditional things that you must do.
Okay.
You have to have your grades up.
Yeah.
Your grades have to be apart.
Right.
You got to have film.
All right.
You got to have a test score.
All right.
You don't have those 3 things.
What we talking about then?
You can throw that offer in the garbage because it's nothing.
Yeah.
It means nothing.
Yeah.
So to parents, I tell them, and if your kid has that and he has these offers, then see if he can commit. Call the college coach. Find out. Tell the college coach I want to commit.
You heard that, parents?
I want you to go out there and say, hey, coach, I'm going to call the college coach, and I want my son or my child, because it can be, you know, girls basketball, any sport.
Yeah.
I want to commit right now.
Right.
And let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
I want to commit right now. I want to do it right now.
Yeah.
It's not legit till you have those 3 things in place.
Yeah.
Like all that doesn't mean anything.
So what do we do to help the parents outside of us reaching out to coaches and saying, hey, let's commit? Like, how do we help the parents see that smoke and mirrors mean nothing if you have no foundation?
It's terrible because there's more guys giving these fake offers than guys are really trying to fix it. Because apparently right now, like you don't hear it now. Like when this goes out in public, people are like, oh man, like they hating.
Yeah.
Like, we're the haters.
I'd be a hater.
And I'm like, no, we're not. Like we're just telling you the truth. It's just you don't want to hear that.
I'm gonna accept it. Because I am a hater. I hate the phoniness. I hate the flawedness. So yeah, I'm hating. I'm gonna hate on it all day because you're lying to our kids.
Correct.
And that's how I see it. I see it as lies. I see it as false evidence. I see it as you're building
a program.
You're building not even a program. You're building up these kids' morale and making them feel a certain type of way until the season is over, and then they're trying to, and then it's nothing.
And then they can't even face the failure.
Come on.
Because they're not prepared to face failure because you haven't taught them that. Because this is the same kid that can do whatever he wants and still play in the game or go to practice and still have all the perks.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're sitting there and I'm like, man, this is wrong. We're not doing what's right.
Yeah.
You know, and people will tell you, you know, it was like 4 games. You know, C4 was talking about it. We were talking about this, and I suspended so many guys. Like, I don't care how great you were. And I'll be honest, maybe 2 of those losses were because suspensions.
Yeah.
And I didn't care.
Yeah.
I looked and was like, I don't care. That's your problem.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing my part. I'm not gonna change to win a football game.
Do you think that
I'm gonna put the kids before football?
Gotcha. Do you think that we have a problem that stems with men not being men and just letting the kid do whatever he wants or taking over? Do you think it's too much catering to the athletes?
Yes. I think we cater to them too much.
Okay.
Like, I think we don't put our foot down on some of them. like, hey man, we got to humble you. Like, because when you go to college, it's not going to work.
Exactly.
It's going to ruin you. You're going to lose your opportunity because we didn't prepare you.
And I think that's why a lot of kids take off, and that's why the transfer portal is so full. You know what I mean? It's too much timidness. Everybody's scared. Everybody's walking on eggshells for no reason. Like they're kids. Treat them as such.
Yep.
Develop them mentally, emotionally, and physically. Not just I just want the physical attributes.
And unfortunately, that's across the board.
Yeah.
You know, I obviously when we're looking to get kids from the Optimist programs, we see it there.
Yeah.
And it's bad. And I'm not saying all Optimist programs are like that, because I've been to places and I'm like, damn, like these guys do a great job. Yeah. And there's some high school coaches that do a phenomenal job.
I agree.
With recruiting, like the kid to go to college, development. Yeah. Like I see some guys, like, you know, and people bash other programs. And that's
the nature of the beast.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just gonna happen.
And that's the thing. I think a lot of people are so damn sensitive. Like it's like that's the nature of the game. Recruiting comes with the game. You know what I'm saying? The way you go about recruiting is an issue. I think sometimes. Because it's like a can of worms are open with like the 7-on-7s and stuff like that. But I believe if you get a kid like the old Coach Frazier mentality, like I want guys that's gonna take care. I remember just like something that stood off. You couldn't come out and run across that track without saying I would let my teammate down. You know what I mean? That's a life lesson.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I'm afraid to let my teammates down. You know what I'm saying? And if I did, I'm getting punished for it.
Yep.
So we get back there. Is that something we're going to instill inside the True Prep programs?
Definitely. There's no question about it. That's just what's going to happen from day. It's already happening. Yeah. Like my expectations are high for not only the student athlete, but for the parent as well. Yeah. They got to be involved. That's the problem. I'm making them involved.
Nice.
Like, they have to be. Yeah. I don't want to hear, I'm too busy. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Make time. Yeah. Because we talked about such things that I've been doing and how busy I was, and I made time. Yeah. We make time on what we think is important. So your child should be important.
Let's start back making our kids important. Let's start back making things that are important and not just the game and not just the offers and not like let's get back to raising the kids as a village. You know what I mean? And that's one of the main reasons why I brought you on, because I see that you've created a large village that everybody helps and protects one another. So let's segue back to your goals for Extreme. Like what's next? Like what do you see it evolving into?
I think right now we're heading into in a good direction.
Oh, right.
You know, with the wife and Cisco that does a phenomenal job. You know, he became my business partner.
Nice.
Maybe, about a year. He's been with us for a year. He's done a great job, man. You know, he's picked up that slack and has allowed me to keep helping. And I told him the truth. I said, man, Cisco, I need to bring you on for one reason. I need you to help me keep building. Yeah. Like just building kids, building a lot of these young guys that are struggling. Yeah. And I want to give them a home. Right. I want to put them in a place. And then from the trainers, man, we want to develop entrepreneurs. Yeah. Guys that can buy homes and buy stuff for their family and take care of their family. Yeah. That's important to me. And that's kind of what we've been kind of doing now, with our events. And
I wanted to tell them about some of these events that you've been having. You just had one yesterday, right? Let's talk about that.
Our trap workout. Actually, the way it came up, it was just random. It happened. CEO Films came out once.
Shout out to Chris. What's up?
Shout out Chris. Yeah. Believe it or not, we had some electrical guys coming out working on our lights, and the lights turned off. He looked at me, he goes, you guys should do a workout in the dark. I was like, in the dark? I'm like, oh, that's weird. So Saji is right in front of me, and she's like, we should get a DJ for that. So we reached out to, obviously, DJ Nasty.
Shout out to Nasty.
So he came out, and he was like, oh, I'm with it. Yeah. So we were like, all right. Well, so the trap, so it's just because of trap music. And he came out, and he put his stuff together, and It's been booming for us, man. You know, last night was fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of working out, and then it's about a little bit of partying. You know, and then it allows our clients, you know, in our gym family to kind of see who we really are away from being, you know, the trainer or the business guy, the owners. Like, we're different. Like, we're just like y'all. We want to have fun.
I think that's important.
And that was cool. We, you know, for me, it's about familyship.
Yeah.
I built a great culture there, and obviously not by myself.
Yeah.
You know, it took a lot of us. It took a village, man, and it was fun. We had a lot of fun, and we're going to continue to have fun. We got so many different events. All the trainers in there have like their specialty.
Right.
Like, they all do like their certain thing. You know, we got from Get Thick to Quadzilla, like, you know, like, it's just fun. Like, we make it fun, and we want to have a good environment. That's why when you walk into the gym, you said it yourself. You know, it's so many different nationalities. Also, like,
trendy.
Like, everybody's just like there for the same reason.
Yeah.
Like, we want to get fit, and we want to be in a good environment. And I love that. That's my fun.
That's a testament to you and the wife and what you guys have given to our community, and we're extremely thankful. Please let the people know exactly where Extreme Fitness is. Let them know about True Prep. Let's touch on those things.
Well, Extreme Fitness is on 4600 Northwest 135th Street, Opelika, Florida. We're right there. I love it. You know, True Prep, we're in Miami Gardens, man. Again, we're not an alternative school. We're not a home school. We got classrooms. We got certified.
Building.
Yes, a real building. Certified teachers, real
yes.
principals, educators. Yes. You know, people that care. People that are gonna make sure that your kids are on board and they're doing the right thing. Our goal is to get them into college and get them going. That's our goal.
Preparatory.
Yeah.
Because you guys give a lot of parents don't understand what that means. Touch on what preparatory means, because you don't lose your eligibility.
Oh,
correct?
From our no, you don't. Our grad team. So we got two teams. So we got the high school varsity team.
There you go.
And then we got the prep school, which for us, the prep school is, so yes, you are a fifth year senior. We are gonna hold you back, but you're gonna probably be taking one class. If you're on track, you're probably gonna take one class.
It's like being a grad transfer.
Correct. Exactly what it is. The exact same thing. You're gaining from the education standpoint, you're getting some credits for college, but staying behind to play that 1 year for whatever reason, especially particularly this year because of COVID, a lot of kids probably played 1 game, 2 games, or injuries happen. So this is kind of an opportunity, and this is not new.
Right.
Like, people think
this
that
goes up. They just don't know.
This been happening. Basketball has been doing this for years.
Carmelo them team.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
That's been happening for so many years, just not in the state of Florida as much. So, you know, Mara decided to put something together, and I think this was an ingenious job. This is super smart. So
parents, if you have kids and they need an extra year, they need extra film, they need extra time, and you don't have to pay because you have scholarship.
Correct. AAA, Gardner, you know, Step Up. We have it all. I mean, we it's not just about, you know, just collecting money for us. It's more about getting them on track. Yeah. We want to see that. We trying to build our community. You know, we're trying to build our young generation. You know, because fortunate, you know, not unfortunate, fortunate for us that these are the generation that's going to be taking care of us.
Absolutely.
You know, they're going to be doctors. They're going to be working on ambulance trucks. They're going to be providing a service for us, building these things. You know, this is important.
Yeah.
You know, and we can't think small no more. We got to think on a big scale, because it'll get away from us. Yeah. We got to start thinking on a big scale. We got to start thinking about our communities and try. People trying to fix a whole state or fix the world. Man, listen,
Let's start with us.
With us, right? With our community.
We got problems here. Let's fix our problems. And then we'll build somebody else that could go fix a problem that's there. Because we're going to take care of home.
Correct. And I think that's what we get caught up so much on, like, let's fix the world. What's happening in Nebraska? What's happening? And I'm not saying there's no problems happening in these other states, because we all know that there's
problems everywhere.
Problems everywhere. Absolutely. But those are things that we can't control. but we can control the narrative of our own community.
Yes.
And what we want and what we expect.
Yeah.
We just need more guys like you that does this from the heart, genuinely. And that's something that I've respected from day one, the first day I met you. And be honest, Hialeah would have never been on the map if it wasn't for you.
Appreciate that.
You put us. You put me to be notable, to have some notoriety.
Yeah.
People realize, oh, okay, man, this guy is all right. Like this guy, and I value that. I appreciate that always, and we were genuine from day one, and that was important as well. So, and I'm transparent, you know that.
Transparency is key.
And if
communication is key.
If I got something to say, I'm gonna say it. I don't hold my tongue. I don't. I think that's the problem now. Too many of us are holding our tongue because
Walking on eggshells.
we're worried about what people gonna think about us. Man, listen, people gonna talk bad about us regardless.
Right.
People don't like what we're doing or what we're saying, or because it probably doesn't pertain to them, and that is okay.
Yeah.
That is okay if it doesn't pertain to you. But just remember that whatever we're talking about does pertain to other people. So don't knock us for what we're doing, because we're trying to just help. We're not taking anything from anybody's table. We ain't taking no food from nobody's plate.
Yeah, it's enough food to eat for everybody.
All of us.
With that being said, man, I am Arvis Lawson. This is Coach Gary. If you are looking to get fit, or you want to give your kid an opportunity or another opportunity after COVID, please don't be afraid to contact Coach Gary.
786-238-5678.
What's your Instagram, Coach?
My Instagram is Coach Gary Coach_Gary.
So make sure that y'all reach out, connect with Coach. You want to get fined. Everybody want to get fined.
Yeah.
So you want to get fined. You want to trap and die, because you're going to die.
Oh, yeah. The videos are cute, but it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. So if you're ready to work and if you want to turn it up a notch, please reach out to Coach Gary. You can reach out. We'll have his info at the bottom of the screen. Like, subscribe, comment. So I am Arvis Lawson, the host. This is the vent. This is my special guest again, Coach Gary. Thank you for coming. Thanks for being on the show. Thanks for sharing your story. I can't wait to see all the great things that you're going to do, man. Let's give Coach Gary a round of applause. Love, Coach.
Love, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, man. Always.